So, cool. So I guess like to piggyback off Blake, round of applause if when you were growing up, one of your parents caught you jerking off. Guy in the front. What were you Jing O to? PH? Pacific High? Oh, Pornhub, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, Pornhub for sure. I was like, what CW show is PH short for? Gotcha. Okay. I was caught by my father jerking off when I was a teen to Will and Grace. And somehow he didn't know I was gay until much later. And the thing about my dad is that he had me when he was like 45. So by the time I was like in fourth grade, he was already like a senior citizen, you know? So when he walked in on me jerking off, I was like, ah. But then I looked over and saw he wasn't wearing his glasses, so I was just like, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. He's none the wiser. It is really embarrassing, or not embarrassing, but it's like when you have like to have parents that like were 45 when you were conceived is just like so weird because the sperm in a mid 40-year-old man's ball sack is like scientifically poison. You know, like the only sperm left in there are just like weird or emo or gay. They're all just like huddled in a corner. They have like bangs covering one eye. They have terrible posture. And they're just like, man, I hope I don't have to race today. They're just like very much like all the kids who walked the mile in gym class. That's kind of what their whole vibe is. I've been going back home to Phoenix a lot. I've been staying in my childhood bedroom, and my childhood bedroom still has a poster from when I was there, of like a Reno 911 poster hanging up. And last Christmas, my 6-year-old nephew was in that room, and he was just like looking at the poster, and his mom was telling me the story. She was like, he was looking at the poster, looked back at me, looked at the poster again, then looked back at me, and was like, Uncle Brian likes cops? Like in that moment, he thought that was like cop merch. You know, like the way he has like Zootopia, like stuff in his room. He's like, oh, that's how Uncle Brian likes cops, you know? And I don't know, he's like 6, so I can't really sit him down and be like, hey, I just want you to know the poster actually has like nothing to do with me liking the police industrial complex and everything with me being a faggot. Because as many of you know, Lieutenant Dangle was the lead of Reno 911, and he was a very gay man. And I guess the best way to describe him is like he looked like his mouth was a third space for just other men. You know, that's kind of where they went when they weren't at work or at home, was his mouth. So that's chill. Yeah, being gay is crazy. So I've lived in LA for about 4 years now, and I was unemployed for a little bit, and my favorite place to look for jobs is Craigslist because they like have something for everybody. And I was like scrolling through Craigslist one day, and I saw a job posting, and it just said, seeking native shaman for birthday blessing ceremony in West Hollywood. And I read that and I was like, yeah, I can do that. So I just like clicked on the little box to write an email, and I was like, hey, I'm a native shaman. I would love to bless your birthday. I studied under a well-respected shaman in Arizona. I didn't. I went to Arizona State University, which is the above-ground jacuzzi of colleges. I feel like for ASU, the song they should play at football games, that's like supposed to be like the school's fight song, should instead just be like the sound of somebody running to the pool in flip-flops. Because that's just like the whole vibe of the school. And so I like signed the email with like a rainbow emoji and a feather emoji. Never heard back from them. And I was like, who the hell got this job, you know? Was it Scarlett Johansson? She does like to play other ethnicities. So, you never know. Okay, she's in the audience. I was like so ready to go like full like Spirit Halloween Pocahontas for that job, you know? Just like completely sell out my culture for $100 untaxed. Because like that is what people want when they like want a native person for something. They want like a magical native. Like somebody that can put their ear to the ground and be like, yeah, Del Taco's that way. And that's not how me or anybody in my family is like no one's like that. Like I had this one person in my family, he was so hungover one day, he was laying in bed, ate something that like didn't agree with him. And like every 5 minutes he would just like fart. And every time he farted, he would Dutch oven himself. So he would fart, pull a blanket over himself and the fart, and then bake in the fart. And he did that for like 6 hours straight. And the next morning he woke up with pink eye. And I'm like, wait, that's like the most indigenous story I think I've ever heard. Because it represents like the full circle of life, you know, something going out one hole in the other, and it's just kind of like cycling through. Also, that person was me. So, Native people can look like anything. It's beautiful. I did live in West Hollywood for a little bit when I first moved to LA, and West Hollywood, famously a gay neighborhood, if you will. Living in a gay neighborhood, it feels a little bit, it's like, it can make you crazy. It feels like it was like made by the same people who make the products for Target's Pride collection every June. So like every June for Pride Month, Target releases like the most like Midwestern mom like gay products you can imagine. It's like a throw pillow, but like in rainbow letters it says "Live, Laugh, Lube." Or it's like a T-shirt and it has like the two dads from like Modern Family on it, and they're like holding glasses of wine, and below it just says "It's wine o'clock somewhere." And that's just like, you can't experience that day to day, you know? You can't grocery shop like when you're doing, like, I would go to grocery stores, no Cinnamon Toast Crunch, 5 aisles of jock straps, and I'm just like, this is out of control. Okay, cool. If you're not, I mean, the gay neighborhoods exist in every major city too. So if you're not sure like where the gay neighborhood is in the city you're in, just go to the corner store and ask for VHS cleaner. And if they pull out a little tray that just has like a bunch of poppers for sale, then that's how you know there's 2 guys fucking in the restroom there. You're in the neighborhood. Great, okay, hard pivot on this one. Poppers, yes, queen. Okay, so, all right, back to my dad, who was old when he had me. The downside of somebody being, you know, having old parents is that they do die, which is what happened to him. And when somebody in your family passes away, somebody else in their family has to like go through their phone and reach out to everybody in their phone contact list and be like, hey, this person is no longer here. And I had to do that with my dad. And as I was doing that, that is how I found out he had a second family. And I'm joking. No, he didn't. He was way too old. Like that would have. He didn't have the energy for that. But I did have to like reach out to everybody like in like his phone contact list and be like, hey, this is when the funeral service is. And as I was doing that, I was like, this is gonna be so embarrassing when somebody has to do this for me, because as a gay person, like my phone contact list is like not well at all. Like you open it and it's just like Aaron Grinder, Adam Grinder, Alex Grinder, Aaron, Dunkin' Donuts Pride 2022, Alex, Dunkin' Donuts Pride 2022, Bus Stop Steve, Rosie O'Donnell's nephew. And my family's gonna have to reach out to all these gay dudes and be like, Brian's dead. And they're gonna be like, why is Brian referring to himself in the third person? Also, when a gay person texts you that they're dead, the correct response is like, slay. So my family's gonna be like, Brian's dead. Aaron Grinder's gonna be like, work mama. Then my family's gonna be like, no, he was found gutted in an alley. Aaron Grinder's gonna be like, you haven't changed one bit. Getting dicked down in an alley. Send pics. And then my family's gonna be like, no, funeral service is Friday. Would love it if you could attend. And then Aaron Grinder's gonna be like, slay mama, boots house down. Poppers? Cool. Okay, who like, round of applause, who thinks they know what tantric massage is? Yeah, can you like define it?
Yoga sexual massage.
Yeah. He said yoga sexual massage, which is kind of correct. See, I thought it would be, I signed up for a tantric massage retreat thinking that I would go in and learn how to like touch somebody's ear and make them come. Like that's truly what I thought it was. So I was surprised when I got there and found out that it was just like guys jerking off other guys. And it was a 7-day retreat, so it was 7 days of just jerking off other guys. And the thing is, we started at 7:30 a.m. every day. And I never thought I would be somebody who had to say like, please don't make me jerk somebody off before I've had my coffee. But there I was being like, please don't make me jerk somebody off before I've had my coffee. The instructor, like, also instructor LOL, he was just a guy who liked watching guys jerk off other guys. And I was like, can we like, what if we like did something else? And then, and then he's like, okay, yeah, I can show you how to open and close a chakra. And I was like, great. And then he's like, lefty loosey, righty tighty. And I was like, you just made that up. Like, there's no way that's real. And then, all right, so, and then like, the worst thing is that like, there was at one moment on this one afternoon, I'm jerking somebody off, and it's just like so hot. I'm like sweating. My glasses are like falling down my face. I can't push them up because my hands are covered in coconut oil. And I look over because I hear the instructor put on Native American flute music. And I'm just like, oh my God. Please don't let my dad be watching this from the afterlife. And if he is, please let him not be wearing his glasses. All right, that's my time, everybody. Thank you.